Okay, so intro programming. Fair game questions for final exam. What does this code do?
In what language?
Don't know or care.
Yeah.
I may very well ask you a question, ballpark what this code does in a language that you have never seen before. Right? I'm not gonna do that with something like assembly. Right? It'll be some kind of higher level language that you can read. Does that kind of make sense?
Like maybe JavaScript, which
Yeah, sure.
We've seen Java, not JavaScript, and so.
JavaScript would be a good example. I may throw some, just a tiny bit of C if it's really comprehensible, or like, I don't know, yeah, like maybe a little Ruby. Ruby's pretty readable. A little R maybe, something like that. Right? Just a little like, here's a code snippet. What do you expect this to do? And that doesn't have to be extremely precise, right? So I don't expect you to like go out and study Ruby so you know exactly what Ruby does. But if you like flip through your processing programs, like go back through and maybe put some comments in there, flip through your Python code, like figure out what things are doing and why, that would be cool. Like you might spend some time reviewing variable types. Maybe some like general vocabulary.
Methods, classes, objects.
Yeah, methods, classes, objects, functions. What's the difference between a method and a function might be a decent question. You want to store the number 3.78. What variable type would you pick? You want to take some input from a user. How would you store that? Right? Is there a way you could parse that? If you wanted to save something to a file, what type of thing would you expect to need? Like what are the parameters for that function, probably? Those kind of things. Let's see. Pseudocode something. How did you say I was supposed to spell pseudocode? Who was yelling at me about? P-S-E-U.
D-O-C-O-D.
Okay. Pseudocode this, like, here's an idea for some simple piece of code. Like, make me some pseudocode for this. Let's see, what other stuff? One thing I'd like to do is, like, some kind of question like, how many iterations does this loop do? Right, like if you have a couple loops, like maybe one stuck inside the other, like how many times do you expect this inner piece of code to be executed or something? Those are reasonable questions. A little bit of Boolean logic would be nice.
Is there going to be any like translating between base 16 and base 2 and stuff like that?
Oh, that's an excellent thing. Yeah, I probably should put a little base math on there just for kicks.
Sorry, same team.
I may well put on the finger counting thing. Just because I think that's funny. Like, draw 4 base 2.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's
base
1,
2. Yeah.
2, 3,
Oh,
4,
yeah, we get it.
5. Yeah.
5, 6, 7, right? 8.
172 is the worst.
So you might spend a minute like,
172.
32.
yeah, so 4 and 5 are rude, but yeah,
So
whatever.
is 6
It's like,
in England.
so is 6 in England? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, neat. Good to know. Okay, so a little bit of base math might be reasonable. Like, here's a picture of a turkey. Color the fingers you use to indicate 17.
Yeah.
Right? Like hand turkey.
Pretty short.
All right, so I'd expect maybe some hand turkey. Let's see, what other stuff should you guys know?
Can you just rewrite that as hand turkey for anyone else that walks into this classroom?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll draw a giant hand turkey on the board to do it. See, what other? Oh, some like basic file type stuff. I mean, I might ask like, essentially, what does a compression algorithm do? Not exactly how does one work, but here's a picture. Like, how would you transmit this in less information to a friend? Right, like you might say, well, the bottom left quarter of the picture is blue or something, right? You might be like, there's a big blue blob. That would be a good way to transmit to a friend, right? I wanted to do an exercise with you guys where I made you take flashlights and either 0 or 1 back and forth to each other, but I decided that was asinine.
Not Midget's story would kill you.
Yeah. So some kind of like storage / compression, like just basically the idea of how they work. More of an essay type question, not an exact like.
Write me an algorithm.
Yeah, I'm not expecting you guys to write algorithms for those things. Let's see, other bits. Let's see, probably. Oh, there's the software lifecycle stuff. I'll probably ask you some questions about that. Huh? There's a video.
Okay.
So software lifecycle stuff. Let's see, what other things did we do? Trying to think of other things that are totally crucial.
Sorting algorithms.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, sorting algorithms might be kind of fun. Yeah, I think that should roughly cover what I want you guys to have. You guys cool with us? So if you want a good exercise, you and a friend can of course go through these things and make up a question or two for each, and then swap back and forth. Just generally, it should be noted that my test writing strategy is basically, I try to do 10 questions, and for you guys, this will be, yeah, it'll be 10 questions basically, and there are 3, 6, 9 things here. So I would expect probably 1 out of each of these, and maybe 1 that I remember later on in my office, and make 1 up from the rest of the class. And from those 10 questions, I expect like 1 or 2 are kind of A-level questions, 2 or 3 are B-level questions, so that's a total of maybe 5. 4 or 5 are C-level questions, and the rest are like D-level questions. So that's 1 or 2 questions are really hard, 1 or 2 questions are hard, 4 or 5 questions are medium, and the rest of them, 2 or 3 questions are like, yo dude, were you in class that day? Or did you at least watch the video? So D-level questions, this video's gonna be awkward now. So D-level questions are things like, in this,
Hand turkey.
hand turkey. Yeah, hand turkey is like a primary D-level question.
Yeah.
Like, draw a hand turkey for 17. Let me see. 1s, 2s, 4s, 8s, 16s. Hand turkey for 17. Check, I was there that day. Cool. Right. Those are essentially just like 3 points were you around. Cool. Questions on that? Okay, cool. And it should be noted that the final exam, this one.